Hello, welcome to Principles of Marketing. We're going to be covering chapter 14, Integrated Marketing Communication. Through this whole series, we're talking about marketing and how it's integrated and the whole campaign, how it should have one message depending on what the marketing campaign or the message that the company wants to send out to the customers or the clientele. All right, so this is going to be a quick overview. Print out the concept apps. Make sure you look at read the book, look at publishers' PowerPoints, and this is just a quick overview, a summarization. So it's not in depth, but it gives you a good idea. Okay, so now I'm going to make this at a 200 views so you can see it. And now integrated marketing. Again, integrated marketing, when we look at, there we go, integrated marketing. Let me just close all these off. I got the integrated marketing, communication. Okay, should be around. I am live, if you notice, and this is software I'm using. Okay, so integrated marketing basically involves all the different components of advertising, promotions, everything else, and it's to have the same objective: clear communication, a compelling message. Later on, we're going to talk about emotions, rationale, different ways that marketing is involved in here. Let me just move this over, okay? About the organization as product. Now, what's happening because of integrated marketing, technology has caught up faster than it needed to. Well, I don't know. Some people said, let's go slowly, but it's going fast. COVID-19 for some looks at it as a deterrent, slow down business. For others, it's a stimulation. It opened up the Zoom meetings. It opened up the virtual classrooms. It opened up a lot of information on a different platform. So if you're looking at the new marketing communication, it just emphasized it more. And kind of like speeded it along. So consumers are changing, had no choice. People who may never bought online now are buying online because whatever restrictions are in the regional areas they're in. Some have no restrictions, some have many. It's just the way it works. But in marketing, I don't really care. I just have to know, here's the area I'm sending my message, and here's how they have the environmental forces that they are working with, and I'll adjust my message to fit into what they are experiencing. So this way they'll buy my product. And part of that is the rational model is to get them to for me to connect with them where they're at. And then I may have another area that is all open. There's no restrictions, no masks, or anything else. So then I have to have a different message. I have the people that are in my advertising, they don't wear the mask. And the other ones, they do wear masks. So you have to see it. And I'm just using this as a general. It doesn't make a difference if you're one. I'm not one or the other. I'm a marketer. I have to look at my niche, look at my customer base, look at all the forces that are affecting that, and what I have to be able to operate within in that environmental structure. Simple as pie. Okay. Anyway, so customers are changing, market strategy is changing, advances in digital is changing. The iPhone is basically or the Samsung phone, I don't want to go, is a mini computer that you're walking. It has your banking, has everything else. It has your ID. It has so much information on there. It's amazing. It is an extension of your office for many. Okay. Now what they're talking about, the marketing has changed. It used to be a one-way communication. We're just sending everything to you. Now we're looking at it as a basically content marketing. You create, you inspire, you cultivate the marketing, the content, by through the customer's interaction and by others, and so there's a blur line between what's traditional and not, and that's okay. When they say blur line, it's just am I a traditional marketer or am I more of the new age marketing, for lack of a better word? But you have to combine because customers are combining, they're going, and part of successful marketing is to understand your niche, the customers, the technology, what they're using, and you move with it. Otherwise, you're going to fall behind. Okay? So now let's talk about the promotional mix. We talked about the promotional marketing mix before. Now I'm going to be talking about the promotional mix for the communication. Okay, let me just slow some of these down here. Okay? I thought I had them all closed. I apologize. live as they come. Okay, 'cause I don't want to do all of this. I'm not going to talk about all of it. When I'm looking at the promotional mix, and we talked about this other previous chapter, is the advertising. What's the communication message? How do I get people to understand? Remember, the advertising is my message that's controlled by me to my customers or to my audience that I'm sending out to. You know, you could use print, online, mobile, outdoors. It's all, and the outdoor messages changes. When I look at outdoors, the billboards and everything else, where do you put them? What kind of message? Remember, people are driving. You're looking for areas where there's traffic slowdown, so people are bored now. Oh, look at the sign over there. All right. Now, sales promotion is, as we talked again with the pricing, is how do I get people in by reducing the additional price? There's short-term incentive, you know, discounts, coupons, demonstration. You go to Costco, Sam's, they'll try some of this and go on. I liked it there. I tried it. I went home. It doesn't seem to taste the same. Maybe because the way they prepared it, and I prepared it in a microwave and they used an oven. All those factors, remember, they know what's needed to get me to taste it and say, this is good. But then when I look at it at home, I may not have had that oven, so I got a microwave. So it may taste different. Is that deceptive? Nah, no. I'm a marketer. I embellish and enhance my message. Okay? So now personal selling, that's the most costly but the most effective, because you could adjust the message to the person's nonverbal communication. And now personal selling went into the digital. You go in there, may I help you? You have the avatar, and that person pops up, he or she pops up all over. Now when you're looking at that person, that individual could be working from home, and you just got beep, I got it, someone wants something else, and I come in there and I get paid by how many people I respond effectively when they come back. Yes, I took care of the issue, has been resolved. You know how they ask that. So this is all another way of marketing, but against providing a personal selling face to face. Even though I'm just talking to them, the new personal selling avatar will actually have a face. You can see me, so the offices have to be a little bit different. That's the marketing and personal selling going forward. Okay, now public relations involves unfavorable rumors, stories, events, and also promote favorable rumors and stories and events. And sometimes you are the rumor creator indirectly. Oh, it's just a marketing campaign. I'm putting stuff out there. But you have to be careful, because you're crossing that fine line. What is ethical, what is not ethical. Remember, when we talked about ethical and non-ethical, ethical means my belief, my moral system. It doesn't mean it's illegal. It could be legal, but still could be considered unethical. All right? Now, and something like that, you could look at it. There may be laws on saying how you could advertise to children, and they have an age. And some people say, okay, you're advertising to the kids, but you're a little bit risque what you're making them wear, what what you're showing kids to wear. Now, it's still legal to advertise to them, but the ethical portion, the moral portion, is what does my customer base that's also looking at that think of me as my brand as an overall. You look at Disney. Disney, everything's got to be nice, friendly. Everybody, nice little kids and everything else. They don't want any kind of rumors or anything else, and any kind of abuse or anything else in there, any kind of violence, any kind of trouble. In Disney, everybody's supposed to be happy, have a good time, a controlled environment. Do you see where you're looking at the public relations on that? Okay. And then they give away stuff to like charities, Christmas, and everything else, or holidays, or certain social media events. Okay. And then direct communications, immediate response. You know, with the iPhone, you could respond, do you like this or not? Okay, a view of the communication process, and I'm already at 8 minutes, so I want to keep this under 20. That's basically what they said. Okay, so you got to identify the target. When I'm looking at my communication, what will be said, who will say it, how will it be said, when will it be said, and where it will be said, and who will say it, how it will be said. So when you look at how is the emotion and everything else, I'm going to go on here. So I already got them open. You have your emotional appeal, relates to self-interest of the individual. That's the rational appeal. Here, this makes sense, this falls in line, I'm already using this product, or I like this, so this is a compliment to what I'm used to, and it gives me the next level up of satisfaction. Emotional appeal on my sense of when you look at the charities and everything else, you got the child or the hurting. I'm not trying to be sarcastic. I'm a marketer. I have to explain what's going. So when you see that or you see that emotional, oh man, I got to give. But be careful. They're getting you to give, but make sure you check when I teach finance how much of that money is actually going to the cause and how much is going to administrative. There is an administrative cost. On the average, the 20-80 rule, 20% should go to the administrative, the marketing and everything else, and 80% should go to the cause. But if 80% is going to the cause and 20% is going 80% is going to administrative and 20% is going to cause. That's a bad ratio. It's still legal, but is it ethical? All right? And then moral appeal, direct audience, and sense of proper. The structure, to attract the advertiser, distinguish. I think this one they talked about, the author talked about chocolate and peanut butter walk together in a bar. It was an ad. It caught them together, two different types of flavor, what they call it, infusion of different cultures, different food, Polish pierogies and tacos pierogies, or tacos with Polish sausage inside. What's the difference? It's two different cultures, infusion, and coming up with a new thing. That's marketing. Remember, if you come up with something different, people are going to want to at least try, but it better be good. All right? And here's my message. Get their attention, hold their interest, arouse the desire, and obtain act. And you have to do it in a real small, within a 30-second span, because most people who are looking at that have a short attention span because they're used to instant satisfaction, gratification. That's just the way marketing. Digital things give me information right away. Look it up. Sarah, how do I get there? You only know the area. You don't see the whole thing. Hey, it's not up to me. Now, personal communication, opinion leader, buzz marketer involves opinion leaders getting to spread the word around. Depends on their followers. How can I make money on that? Select a message source. How does the target audience view the communicator? It's who's behind the message. So you're looking at your celebrity and collecting feedback. Okay, now let's see what we have on the next side. Okay, now I'm looking to set into the budget. It's all about the money. So if you're looking at the budget, I'm going to real quickly. You got the affordable method, you got the percentage of a method of a sale, you have the competitive parity, see what your competitors are doing, you have the objective and task. How much do I want to return on that investment to get it motivated? How much of this one do I want to motivate so I adjust the return a little bit higher on that, okay? I'm going fast. We did all this, and I'm trying to keep this under 20 minutes. Now, shaping the overall promotional mix. So I have to shape the message. So this is where the integrated communication works. They talk to all different departments, all different stakeholders within the organization. What's the proper message? If I'm going to say it's quality in manufacturing, no hell, we can make this quality thing. Let's just say on-time delivery or whatever it is. So remember, they're all talking about this to get that same message because this is what the brand is projecting to the customer. Okay, so you got the advertising message, right? And it basically is where do you want low cost per exposure. Remember, the whole thing is exposure and timing. When I look at exposure and frequency, exposure, where do I show it up to that? If I wanted the higher magazine, I got to pay more. If I'm going on a billboard, it costs me less. If I look at it, it costs for different media that I'm advertising. But how often do I want to see it? Oh, I got it out there. It's 24/7. I see the billboard. Really? They only see the billboard when there's traffic jam. So you have an exposure limit, and you're looking at how much traffic, how much they could see. All that is calculated in all this. Personal selling, how long should a person talk to a person to basically make the sale? Do you spend a whole half an hour and he or she walks away? There's a time where you have to know, okay, this person's not buying, this person, give them a little time to come back, give them time to work this, and you work another sale. Or if you look at someone who's doing a hair salon, they could bring in a gentleman that gets, or guy that gets their haircut, they could do 10 or 20 of them real quickly. But if I get someone else to get the haircut, you know what I mean? So if I get the same beautician is doing the haircut, but they're also doing the, for lack of better words, not the haircut, but they're doing the coloring, and that takes longer. So but I gotta let the color sit in there. So in that time, I could do 2 haircuts and come back. So I'm just making sure I'm using my time effectively. And then sales promotion gets them in, and the digital. And then they talked about the pull strategy. Okay, so how do I push it? How do I pull? One way is to get the customers to come in. The other way is to get the customers to the store and get them to buy. Okay, and then the last one is your communication, responsibility. Make sure you avoid the deceptive. Be honest. The bottom line, don't try to rip them off, because then it hurts the brain. Be honest, be consistent, and you'll do fine. Okay, so I'm all done. I'm under 14 minutes. See, I talk fast anyway. I'm a good marketer. I could talk like 20 minutes. Okay, let's see. Here I am. I'm going to do it here. I'm going to home file. Okay. I'm sorry. Let me just slow this down. I'm done on here. Let me just. Right now, I'm finished. I'm having some problems with my software. I just save it. Okay, let me just do it that way. I hit the wrong key. I want to basically do is collapse the map. There we go. So we covered all this today. A lot of information. Take the course. But it gives you a quick overview. Even if you don't want to take the course or anything else, if you look at this and you're looking, oh man, I didn't think of all this thing. Remember, everything on there, forget the in-depth, it just gives you something to look at and you can find some information. Again, my name is Dr. George Mochocki, and I'll see you in our next lesson or chapter. Bye.